Hello music makers, welcome back. In the Engine de Poitrine Techno video, I briefly mentioned this beat swapping technique. That's called a metric modulation, by the way. If you ever want to mix house into drum and bass, that's how you would do it. Let me know if you want a video on that. Now, so yeah, the response was, please make the video. How do we mix house into drum and bass? And what is metric modulation? Let's go. First of all, I'm going to show you this from a DJ's perspective, how you might do this live. Now, bear in mind, I am not a DJ. I work for DJs professionally, but being a studio hermit, I rarely get a chance to do it myself. So I'll show you a simple version, I'll show you the principle, then hopefully a good DJ amongst you can take this information and do it much better than I can. So with that said, here is my little attempt with a Flex 4 and the nightmare that is Record Box. So as you heard, I took a sample of the chord stab and used it to transition. There's a reason I chose that particular part of the house track to sample. Here's how it works. So tempo is measured in BPM, beats per minute. But what is a beat, really? Well, in musical terms, it's a quarter note. It's a quarter. Think of a 4-on-the-floor kick drum, like in house, 4 kicks to a bar. Each one of those is a beat. Now, obviously, our music has much more intricate rhythms than just something on every beat. We have 16ths, 8ths, and different combinations of all kinds of stuff. And the whole idea behind this trick is to find a rhythm which is common to both tempos. The rhythm I've used here at house tempo is called 3/16. Sometimes you might hear this referred to as a dub rhythm, and the musos call it a dotted eighth. I won't bore you with why. That's the rhythm that the stab is already playing in for most of the hits. Very common in house. To hopefully make this a little clearer, here I've got that transition set up a little neater in my natural habitat of Ableton. It looks like this. So here's the numbers. It turns out that at 128 beats per minute, that 3/16 rhythm, if you take that to become the new BPM, meaning each of those stabs is now a beat, not 3/16, it works out to be 170. Well, 170.66 to be exact. Thus, as long as you can find something to repeat on 3/16, which should already be in the track because it's very common, you should be able to get from house to drum and bass with a similar kind of idea. Now, obviously, you can't use beat sync to do that, but that's the technique in a nutshell. Now, if you want to work with other tempos, let me show you the calculation so you can work them out. I did it this way. As BPM is beats per minute, but our new beat is essentially 3/4 as long as our old beat, all we have to do is take our current tempo, divide by 3, multiply by 4, that gives you what 3/4 was, that gives the new BPM, 170.66, or 67. Hey, I said the thing. Am I popular with the kids now? Now, fair warning, if you want to do it the other way, drum and bass to house, unfortunately, you can't just swap those numbers round. Well, technically, you could if your drum and bass track was in triplets. And I think I've only ever heard 2 drum and bass tracks in my entire life which were in triplets. So just in case you have a triplet drum and bass track, the transition rhythm you would use is 2/3. Then you can reverse the numbers we've already shown. However, in the majority of cases, the most common drum and bass rhythm you're going to be using is 3/8. That sounds like this. So that's 3/8. You can use the same calculation in the other direction. Here's a few examples. If you're at 174 BPM, a 3/8 rhythm at a new tempo gives you exactly 116 BPM. Or if you're all the way up at 180, that will get you 120. Well, that's all I had to say. If any of you managed to pull it off, don't forget to tag me so I can see. Best of luck. I hope you learned something. If you did, you know what to do. Press the appropriate button to show your appreciation, please. And if you would like the channel to continue, please consider buying me a coffee from the link in the description. And until next video, if I don't see you on the live stream on Sunday, I will see you down there in the comments. Bye-bye.